How you doing tonight? Oh, for some reason we're not on X. I don't know what's going on with X lately. Let me see if I can hook up X. One second here. X has not been working for us, and we've been paying. We've been paying for it, and it's not working. Oh wait, no, we're back. We're on X again. Cool. I think it's still not showing. Hold on one second. Yeah, for whatever reason, X is not cooperating with me. Oh well. We'll deal with that another time. But welcome back to the Young Jerks tonight. My name is Mike Crawford. It's been a little while. I haven't done a show more than a week. It's been probably 10 days. And the last live show was a pretty good one. It was with Howie Carr and Mark Bradl, but it was a little bit stressful, a little bit tension in the air. Some people didn't like some of the things I said at the end of the show, which I understand. I totally get it because I agree. I actually agree with a lot of the pushback to it too. So it's funny. So trust me, I hear you. And if you unsubscribe, that's okay too. That's fine. A lot of you will come back. I'm still here. I'm the same guy. I gotta say, like, because of that, just to address that, I gotta address a bunch of shit since I haven't been live. But number one, I gotta say, like, I have no issue with Karen Reed at all. Got mad. I have a lot of respect. Nothing changed there, and I'm not expecting anything from Karen Reed. So I'll say that too. And I'm glad that I supported her and that we supported her as a community. But right now, there's some breaking news happening with a lawsuit just being filed, a countersuit against Aiden Carney from LG, which is pretty bananas too, because she's suing. When you do a countersuit, you have to actually countersue the people who have already sued you. She's countersuing Aiden, which okay, that makes sense, but she's also countersuing police like Tully, local police like Medfield police, and that Haley. What do we call it? Jason? So she's basically suing other people who haven't actually sued her, which is ridiculous. And I don't think it's going to help Norfolk County's case against Aiden when their chief witness now has her own lawsuit going against the person she's supposed to be a witness against. That's going to be a tough. That's going to be a tough witness to have for Norfolk County going forward. Now that she's suing Aiden back, so that's probably good news for Aiden in his criminal cases, at least. So there you go. I just cut through the BS. And Betero made a post about it. He says he can't make any comments about it, but if you read between the lines, he's saying what I just said. It hurts her as a criminal witness against Aiden, having her countersue Aiden. She has a conflict of interest, right? So there you go. That's all you need to know about that. I wanted to talk about a couple things today. The big thing, I was in court today, and I'm going to be going. I'm all in on this. This is people kept saying it's so funny because some of the criticism or people who were trying to be critics of me were like, "What are you going to do now? Your shit's all dried up and all this." It's like there's always something to cover. There always is, and it's just a matter of just waiting and finding what's right for you. And I'm doing this, Kelsey Fitzsimmons. I was there today, and I am all in on this. This is going to be, and the beautiful thing is, it's right down the street from me, so I can be in court all the time. I have access. I have access to the attorneys. I have access to everything. I was there today for Kelsey Fitzsimmons. Her being released. She was brought in today. She was shackled. They had her in shackles. She was leg shackled. She was leg shackled. Her family was there. I'm going to talk. I'm going to get into every detail of what happened today. I talked to Martha Coakley. I talked to Tim Bradl. I talked to her family. I talked to her. I talked to everybody today. So we'll be talking about that. I have some video too from it. So I'm going to play a little video. I also want to mention a couple other things because last night I did the Galera. I joined the Galera for like 2.5 hours, I think it was. And for his 12-hour fundraiser for Aiden Carney, Turtle Boy. It was great to do. I felt very welcome there and really happy to do that. I'm glad he invited me for it. It was a great opportunity for me to show my support again for free speech, Aiden Carney, and all he's going through. And I'm glad that we raised so much money last night, $20,000 raised for Aiden and free speech. And I'm going to repeat it again. Free speech isn't free, people. And I know that because I'm paying. I'm writing checks every month to defend my free speech. And Aiden's is defending his free speech. He's all in. And as much as you can contribute to his defense fund, it's definitely much appreciated to him, but all of us journalists in Massachusetts and beyond covering these issues because his case is really that important. It's important for everybody else. And I also have my legal defense fund pinned at the top of the chat tonight. If you want to donate there as well, I'm like I said, I could have probably settled this little civil suit, written the guy a check for how much money I've spent, and it would have gone away. I'm pretty sure. But the reason I'm not doing that is because I did nothing wrong, and I believe in free speech, and we're going to defend free speech. We're not going to get shaken down. So if you can help us support it, I really appreciate it. Whether you do one or both of the defense funds, either one, very much appreciated. Turtle Boy Defense Fund, Young Jerks Defense Fund. So I got that out of the way. Thank you so much. I also want to say it was a great honor and like just I'm like pinching myself still that I got to host the Grace Curley show the other day from 12 to 2 on like 25 different radio stations all over New England, syndicated last Friday. And I had State Auditor Dinah DiZoglio on the show. I also had Juna Perkins. It's heard locally in Boston on 680 AM WRKO in Boston, one of the legendary talk radio networks forever. And it was just amazing to be hosting that show and then to do the crossover with Howie Carr to lead into the Howie Carr show, to introduce Howie's show. It's just like, I'm just so blown away, and I just got to say, I'm so thankful for the crew at the Howie Carr radio show, the producers, Jared. He made me so comfortable. He's so much fun. We had a great time. I've done a lot of internet radio in the past, and the problem with that all the time was the producers would often F up the shows or get in the way or make it just could be ridiculous. And to go into there with real professionals and a real professional studio, oh man, it's just like this is the way it's supposed to be. And it was just, for me, it was just an amazing to get to do that even just once was like, wow. You know, I'm not supposed to do radio. I'm a kid that grew up stuttering with speech impediments. And that was my dream for so long. It was like, man, I always thought like that. I was like, imagine if I could actually like get in with Howie Carr instead of fighting Howie Carr. I had that dream in my head and it happened. It freaking happened. So never give up. Never give up. And I feel really good with what we're doing. The work that's what I'm most excited about too. Like, you know, all of this growth that I had, that a lot of us YouTubers have had, because of Free Karen Reed. And to see someone asked me today at the hearing, how many followers do you have on social media? I said 100,000. We got 60,000 on YouTube and like another 40,000 between Facebook, X, you know, and some other places that we're on. It's just amazing to see that. And the biggest thing I like about this is that I can now spend more time on it and we can help more people. And because of you, you know, the big difference is how many eyeballs. What I used to get so frustrated about is we do this great coverage, these great shows, but not enough people were watching to make a difference. Now we can help people and deliver an audience. And it's amazing. And I'm very thankful for it, that we're going to be able to help a lot more people. And thank you, EB, for letting me know you got your stickers because I was worried about that. I sent a check to my lawyer, and I don't think he got it, and it went out with the whole batch of stickers. I'm like, man, I hope the mailman didn't just like throw all my shit in the trash that day. But I'm glad you got your stickers. I hope everyone got their stickers. If anybody didn't get their stickers that donated to me, email me back and let me know because I did mail out every sticker so far that people have asked for from the donations. Again, if you donate to the Young Jerks Defense Fund, $10 donation, $25 if it's outside the U.S. or more to the Young Jerks Legal Defense Fund. You can send a screenshot of it. We'll send you a free Young Jerks Young Jelly sticker. You just got to email the screenshot, screen cap, or just let us know what email you used, or you show us your donation. Just prove your donation. mjcboston1 at yahoo.com. And make sure you send your mailing address. If you send that email, make sure you send your mailing address. Where do we send it? And if what name do we use? All right. Oh, I want to thank Melanie Little too. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you too, Kyle. Kyle says, "Hey, Mike, good to hear. I was sending Melanie Little your updates as day went on. She will be all in, no doubt as well." And that's what I love to see too. I'm so glad you brought that up because right before we went live here, I saw that Melanie Little had shared a post and some video today from outside the press conference from Mass Live, who I chatted up. Great reporter. I met some nice people today, some nice reporters out there as well. And he put his video up already. I was holding off on mine. I want to share it for the live, but I saw that she had posted it up and she had tagged us and thanked me for being there today. And I know she's all in on this, which I love. So I'm really glad she's covering it. And like I said, I'm gonna go to every single hearing I can be at. You know what I want to do? I'm trying to decide. You tell me. Would you rather have me give you a rundown of what happened at the hearing and all the conversations I had, or would you rather just see the press conference? It's about 4 or 5 minutes first of Tim Bradl, Martha Coakley, and a released, the newly freed Kelsey Fitzsimmons. She told me on the way out that she was looking forward to watching my show tonight. So I think she may be watching right now. Hopefully she's at her mom's house and watching this and chilling out and enjoying. She is newly freed. What would you rather? Would you rather hear the rundown of the court hearing first, which I observed, or would you rather just cut to the chase and get to the video first? Some people say press conference first. Some people say yes, both. We're gonna do both. We are gonna do both. I just want to know what you want me to do first. Do you want me to? Let's just. You know what? I'll just give you a quick rundown. I'm sure I'll think of other things too. So, some people saying video first. You know what? Let's play the video because I think the video. I just like it. It felt good when she was finally out of there. I gotta say, to see her and the way I will give you more in a minute, but this judge, I didn't like the judge. And I didn't like the way they were treating her. I really didn't, Kelsey. You could feel it. And her family was there, and her family are really nice people. And Martha Coakley was there, and they bring her in shackles. She's in shackles. I'm like, really? You really think you need to shackle this woman right now? So you know what? Let's play the video. I want you to see her come out because this is the moment that I was like, here we go. Hopefully the sound's up on it. Let me know if you can hear the sound.
Hey guys.
It's Tim Bradl.
So, I bet you thought we went out the back door.
We had faith.
Yeah. Come on over here, guys. So, thanks for sticking around. First of all, I wanted to say how happy we are that Kelsey's out, but I wanted to introduce Martha Coakley, who brings such a wealth of experience to this case and advocacy over the years on both sides. That's been incredible, and we're just so proud and happy to have her with us on the case. And so we're going to hand it over to Martha to go first.
She's very happy about that, as are we. She knows, as we do, that the court always has.
I'm gonna stop this for 1 second. Get a lot of comments. I know the volume's probably not that good. There's another version for Mass Live. I'm probably gonna play that. They may have better volume. I need to get a better. That's the next thing I'm gonna do. I got a lot on my plate right now, but I need to get a better phone. My phone's got issues. It's got a lot of issues. I hold on to things. I don't like to. I'm getting new glasses this week. Those are coming in, and I'm also getting a new phone. And I got some health things I'm dealing with. I'll talk about later, probably this week as well. But the sound might not be perfect. But the big thing I want to point out, and I will play both versions. They might have better sound. Mass Live, the reporter who was there. But this is Martha Coakley. For people who are out of state or maybe younger who don't remember or know or weren't alive back then or around, she's the former Massachusetts Attorney General. This woman is big time. She's a big time Democrat. She was a nominee for governor. She lost. Who did she lose to? Was it Mitt Romney? I think Mitt Romney was the one who defeated her. But she was a Democrat primary winner for governor. She was the longtime attorney general. She was also the district attorney in Middlesex. She's been around like for decades. She's been around a long time. And some people think she sucks. I thought she sucked on cannabis, I'll say that. But to see her today, I was loving her today, dude. She brought her afterwards. She had two labs. I think it might have been her husband. They pulled up the car and the two labs jumped out. Two black labs. I was like, oh my God. Her labs are so cute. They were kissing us. I liked her, and I know people politically, some people might not like her. But that's the thing, Tim Bradl is no Democrat. He's a right wing guy, Tim Bradl. And here's a Democrat, a big time Democrat, teamed up with Tim Bradl. And she is a former prosecutor. Yeah. She's a life. That's what she did. She was a district attorney, Middlesex, one of the biggest. That's Waltham. This is one of the biggest suburbs right outside of Boston. Middlesex is one of the biggest suburban areas in Boston. She was the Middlesex DA. I think she was the. I don't know if it was the same. She might have been around when Yannetti was there. Yannetti. Yeah, I think Yannetti and her probably served together. She was later the Attorney General of Massachusetts, the entire state. So she's a major, big time attorney. And was she against Karen? No, she didn't say anything about Karen. She stayed out of Karen Reed. But Kelsey Fitzsimmons apparently didn't reach out to Martha Coakley. Martha Coakley heard what happened. And apparently, what I'm hearing is all the attorneys, a lot of attorneys in Massachusetts, are checking the docket on this one. They're all following this case because they know something's fishy. And Martha Coakley decided to get involved because she's a big-time women's rights advocate. And so you have one of the most powerful Democrats of the past in the state, a former prosecutor, a former attorney general, defending Kelsey. And so for all those idiots out there saying, oh, she deserved it, you guys are in for a wake-up call. Martha Coakley doesn't just get involved in something like this. Martha Coakley doesn't call to get involved, Yeah, we're going to talk about... I'm going to be looking into Chief Gray a lot more. Let's put it that way. I'll be looking into everything about North Andover. I've heard some... There's a lot I'm not going to say tonight because I want to keep a lot of this close to the vest because I don't want to alert them to what's coming. But we'll be looking into everything North Andover. Some of the things I'm hearing. So let's play more of this. This is big. This is big right here. Martha friggin' Coakley.
To balance a lot of things, and we appreciate that the court did that today. Kelsey and her family have agreed to all of the conditions that the court has imposed. She looks very much forward to going home to recover, to prepare for what's ahead in this case. because she is innocent. We believe that, and she knows that. And she looks forward to that recovery and her day in court.
Absolutely. So thanks a lot, guys. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, just how much can you say about sort of what happened between the arraignment and today in terms of why the bail order was paused?
So I think the judge took a very careful approach, which we respect. It wasn't what we wanted, but you know, we got Kelsey out of jail, and we're thrilled about that.
God, she's out of jail. Thank God she's out of jail. I want to know how my volume is too. I messed with my mic. I turned everything all the way up. I think it might be better now. I hope it's not too loud, but let me know how the mic sounds. I don't want it to be distorted. But this is the big comment right here, Bay State. I agree 100%. Martha is media savvy. Not only is she media savvy, she has media relationships. That's the thing. Martha Coakley has relationships with court, with the court folks, and especially with the media. They know who she is. So, yeah, I am quite loud tonight, huh? I could turn it down if you need me to. I'm probably way louder than the video. All right, let's get back to the video. So here's Tim Bradl.
He doesn't belong in jail. We want to fight this case from the street. This case is going to be resolved down the road.
I'm sorry, I keep interrupting. Okay, so you see Tim Bradl. That's obviously Kelsey in the middle. Right behind Kelsey is her dad. The guy standing in the back right under the 56, that is her dad. Right next to him is Courtney Healy. That's Tim Bradl's awesome paralegal. And then there's Martha Coakley. So that's the 5 people you see on the screen right now.
You know, we're going to do everything we can in this matter. We also have to focus on Kelsey being reunited with her baby and get into probate court a few doors down here. So we have a lot on the plate, but for now we just want to get Kelsey home with mom and dad and stepdad and family, and it's where she should be. We're all thrilled about that, and we're really happy. Mike?
Yeah, how's the family doing? I know there's a lot of family members here today.
Yeah. Well, I always say Kelsey has a great family. I always feel like I'm halfway down the field in court when I have a great family sitting behind me in the front row, ready to do whatever they can do. And in this case, more than most, if not all, the family here has gone to extraordinary lengths to make sure that they can show the court that Kelsey is safe and protected and is where she needs to be.
Yeah, I'll just add, look, this young woman has faced a lot in becoming an officer of the court, a police officer. She's faced a lot since that day. She is committed to her family and friends, and she is committed to listening to the court and doing what she needs to do to get back on track. But in the end, we believe that when we have that day in court, she will be innocent, and so we look forward to that day.
Kelsey, want to say anything about just how it feels?
What do you think, Kelsey?
The truth will come out.
Truth will come out.
We want
Let's
to get her home and relaxed, and yeah, she's been on her feet.
Did you hear that? The truth will come out. I know a lot of you say you can't hear it. I know. I am going to get some better audio equipment, so when I'm out, we'll have better audio in the future. Let me see. I'm trying to find... One second. I think we have a better version of this anyway, so I'm going to play that one as well. Yeah, let's check this one out. All right. Oh, actually, let's just finish this video, and then we'll play the other version, see if the audio is any better.
For a long day. She's got some medical issues coming up that we have to take care of, so we couldn't be more thrilled. So, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. So this version is from Mass Live. It's a newspaper out in the Worcester area, Worcester Telegram and Gazette, and Mass Live. I like their coverage. I like their reporters too. So let's, before I bring that up, I'm going to turn up the volume. Let me just turn up the volume. And maybe, I have a feeling they might have better sound. Let's see how their sound is. Hold on.
So, I bet you thought we went out the back door.
We had faith.
Yeah. Come on over here, guys. So, thanks for sticking around. First of all, I wanted to say how happy we are that Kelsey's out, but I wanted to introduce Martha Coakley, who brings such a wealth of experience to this case and advocacy over the years on both sides that has been incredible, and we're just so proud and happy to have her with us on the case, and so we're going to hand it over to Martha to go first.
So Kelsey Fitzsimmons is going home today. She's very happy about that, as are we. She knows, as we do, that the court always has to balance a lot of things, and we appreciate that the court did that today. Kelsey and her family have agreed to all of the conditions that the court has imposed. She looks very much forward to going home to recover, to prepare for what's ahead in this case, because she is innocent, and we believe that, and she knows that. And she looks forward to that recovery and her day in court.
Absolutely. So thanks a lot, guys. Does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, just how much can you say about sort of what happened between the arraignment and today in terms of why the bail order was paused?
So I think the judge took a very careful approach, which we respect. It wasn't what we wanted, but we got Kelsey out of jail, and we're thrilled about that. She doesn't belong in jail. We want to fight this case from the street. This case is going to be resolved down the road, and we're going to do everything we can in this matter. We also have to focus on Kelsey being reunited with her baby and get into probate court a few doors down here. So we have a lot on the plate, but for now we just want to get Kelsey home with mom and dad and stepdad and family, and it's where she should be. We're all thrilled about that, and we're really happy. So, Mike?
How's the family doing? I know there's a lot of family members here today.
Yeah, well, I always say Kelsey has a great family. I always feel like I'm halfway down the field in court when I have a great family sitting behind me in the front row, ready to do whatever they can do. And in this case, more than most, if not all, the family here has gone to extraordinary lengths to make sure that they can show the court that Kelsey is safe and protected and is where she needs to be.
Yeah, I'll just add, look, this young woman has faced a lot in becoming an officer of the court, a police officer. She's faced a lot since that day. She is committed to her family and friends, and she is committed to listening to the court and doing what she needs to do to get back on track. But in the end, we believe that when we have that day in court, she will be innocent, and so we look forward to that day.
Kelsey, want to say anything about just how it feels?
What do you think, Kelsey?
The truth will come out.
Thank you. We want to get her home and relaxed.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about?
Right. So that was for Bass Live. Thank you so much to Bass Live. The audio was much better with them. Like I said, I'm going to have to get some new equipment because I want to continue to cover this. Had some instant feedback here, some questions, and some super chats. Thank you so much for the super chats. Thank you for the donation. You know how I always struggle reading these super chats, and it's my eyes. My eyes are bad. I'm not gonna talk too much about it. I don't want to freaking anyone out. I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna give you news on that soon. But I appreciate everyone's advice on it, especially. It was very helpful. But I have had some eye issues. It's true. You've noticed it on the show. I ignored it for so long, I guess, because I was so into Karen Reed. That's one of the reasons I've been taking some time off too. It's like, I just gotta slow down a little bit. Terry says, "Where is Kelsey's baby?" With the daddy. Thank you so much for the super chat, Terry. Noodles had a question. Mike, when is Kelsey's next court date? There's two different ones. I need to find out when the probate court, because you heard Tim Bradl mention that there's a probate court hearing coming out. That's about the baby. And so I could talk more about that as well, because one of the stipulations today is that she doesn't get to see the baby. So she's going to contend that in the probate, family probate court in Salem. There's going to be a hearing upcoming. I didn't get the date on that. I did get the date for her next court hearing. It's in October. They didn't give us a time. I'm going to find out the time, whether it's 2 p.m. or 9 a.m. But it's August 7th. It's not August, October 7th. Tuesday, October 7th is Kelsey Fitzsimmons' next court date. And what I'd like to see is I'd like to see a lot more people there. They did have a good amount of people there, but mostly it was press and family. I did see a couple community members, let's put it that way, but I felt like there could have been a lot more. And I felt like a lot of it is because we don't know when court dates are. So we're going to start finding out when court dates are and publicize them. And hopefully people start coming out for them. I think it's important. It's important. I could tell she was looking in the back to see who was there today, to see who was supporting her. And there is a lot to this. There's going to be a lot more that we're going to find out. Sheila says he filed for custody and took the baby. Then all this happened. I'm not going to comment too much on that, but I'd like to comment. Thank you, Sheila's TCC. Please pass the pepper. Says no contact with her baby. Her baby needs her. This is tragic for the baby and Kelsey. I know. It's sick. So that's why that I believe the next thing they're trying to do is to contest what's going on in the family and probate. So I'll just let you know. I showed up today. Like I said, we're all in there. Her mom's there. Her dad. I talked to him the most. He recognized me right away. He was like, I was hoping you'd show up. I was hoping you were going to cover this. And I was like, yeah. And, yeah, I mean, he's like a business guy. He does security. And obviously I have a feeling that's probably what influenced her to get into law enforcement. He shared quite a bit about his daughter today. Number one, that she was an honor student. She's a go-getter. She's done everything on her own. She was in law school. She's done everything on her own. She's been a success her whole life, he's telling me. And how proud and how happy his whole life was with, his daughter until all of this happened. And there's a lot more I could share, but like I said, I'm going to keep things tight to the vest because I don't know what I didn't even ask, it was just, we were just having a conversation. So I'm going to talk about what actually happened in court. So they bring her in, she's in shackles. She's fucking shackled after they shot her. And let's put it this way too. They didn't indict her for attempted murder, right? They couldn't indict her on that. She got indicted on lesser charges. The judge is going through all these stipulations. The judge is overboard. It's shocking too because it's a female judge. And you'd think a female judge would have some level of like concern or caring, I would think, or humanity. Didn't feel it from her. Didn't feel it at all. There was one instance where, the probation officer seemed pretty cool, actually. And actually, the DA's office didn't seem too bad either in terms of they weren't contesting a lot of stuff. It was more the judge. The judge was going through everything. She was like a stickler. And one of the things is tomorrow, Kelsey was scheduled for, seems like a pretty serious surgery tomorrow. And one of the things to get released today is they had a fitter for an ankle bracelet. And Tim Bradl is telling this judge, well, Your Honor, tomorrow Kelsey is going in for a surgery. In my understanding from this, having other clients that have gone through surgeries with ankle bracelets, is that it has to be taken off. They're not able, the patient is required by the surgeon in every instance to take off this ankle bracelet. And so we've already talked to probation about it, and they understand. So what we're going to do is she's going to have the day surgery. It's going to be a day surgery. She's going to get out of the surgery, and she's going to come back up here to court into probation so they can put the friggin' leg bracelet back on her. And the judge is like, no, I'm not accepting that. I know that sometimes they don't do that. Sometimes some doctors don't require it. So I need to have it in writing. I need an affidavit. And Braden's like, well, Your Honor, I have paperwork that shows she's actually having surgery tomorrow. And she's like, I don't need that. I'm sure that's all true. I'm not doubting that. I just need an affidavit. And she basically leaves it up in the air. Like, it's like, what are you doing, lady? And afterwards, like the family is like sitting there, like, I think, is she gonna cancel? Kelsey's like, I'm pretty sure she's thinking about canceling the friggin' surgery tomorrow that she needs because of this friggin' judge. So that's what's going on. And it drives me nuts because I look at some of these judges too. It's like, sometimes you have a female judge and you think, oh, you're going to get a good shake. She's going to have some understanding of how the system works and how people get screwed over. But sometimes those are the hardest asses because they're like, oh, I got to prove that I'm not easy. I'm not an easy woman. I'm going to be a fucking ball buster. Well, that's basically what happened today in court. They did release her. Thank God. Now, we could talk much more about what's like. If you don't know what happened here, I think most people already know what's going on in this situation, so I didn't even recap it at all. But for people who are new, this is a police officer that had a harassment protection order taken out against them by this significant other, who's a firefighter, and her local police officers, her co-workers, came to her house, and she had been suffering from postpartum depression. And instead of, knowing, they come into the house and they're serving this paperwork to her, and they know that she has a history of having some mental health issues. And they also know that she had recently come across a baby who was killed in a domestic violence situation and how traumatizing that is. And the police department offered apparently no help on that. No support. They don't offer apparently North Andover police don't offer their police. They don't think police officers need mental health support. That's what I'm hearing. If that's the case, I mean, so they go in there and they know that there's a firearm in there. And instead of holding her and going to locate the firearm, she tells them it's down in the basement. They don't go and confirm and grab the firearm. They let her go somewhere else in the house. One police officer follows her. That police officer says she pulled out her gun and pointed it at him and pulled the trigger. And there was no bullet in it, so he fired at her right in the chest. Now, they could have easily held her and said, we're not letting you roam the house free until we have your firearm secured. They could have held her outside the house. They didn't do that. They didn't do the standard protocol. Wonder why. I wonder why. A lot of questions on this. Baby does deserve to be with their mom. Hmm. Yeah, and that's a huge conflict of interest, right, Jen? Because that's the thing. They had to tell a story that made them not at fault. They're full of shit. I mean, that's what Jen's opinion on this is, and I have to agree. I mean, it smells pretty fishy. I don't know what happened. I wasn't there. We have no video. And again, I'm hearing that this town has had federal funds donated to them, and I need to look into this. Apparently, from what I'm hearing, this is what I'm hearing from the court at the courthouse, the scuttlebutt, that this town has received federal funding for body cameras and hasn't used them. They don't have body cameras. If they had body cameras, we would know what actually happened. But now it's trust me, trust me. No, yeah, no body cam footage. No body cam footage at all. Yeah, and her ex is a firefighter. What kind of idiot says something like this? Dan Van says, so that makes it okay for her to shoot him? Is that what I'm understanding it? No. Number one, she didn't shoot him. Number one, she didn't shoot him. Number two, she's saying that she did that. So the big thing is, Van, is the police department could have handled this a lot differently. And they really should have. And the other thing, Van, there's going to be a lot of shit that's going to come out on this. It's going to make your head spin. The devil is in the details. Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, I'm not going to comment on all this stuff, but there's a lot to kind of look through here, folks. You know, were these police officers weaponized? They could have handled it a lot different. That's the key, and they definitely should have handled it. I mean, she's lucky that she's not dead. Think about it. And you know what? I gotta say too, she's little. She's not very big. You know, and I'm hearing the guy that shot her is large. She's a big man, and strong. Is knows how to fight. You know, like I don't know, man. I know people like for me as a wrestler, I never feel like I need a weapon or a gun. I don't. You know, as long as they're not like as experienced as I am at wrestling, and like bigger than stronger than me, most people aren't. 99% people just you'll take them down in 2 seconds. I just I know these cops like to shoot first, but I would take that gun out of the hand real quick. Let's just put it that way. I don't know if Kelsey has a defense fund. I'll find out from the family. I haven't seen one. I'm just reading some of your comments right now. Read in the chat, seeing what you guys think. I'm hearing this some, you know what I want to look for right now too, because I missed a lot of this, the press conference the first time for this, but apparently there's some good video out there of the DA Tucker on speaking on this that I want to see if I can find it. Yeah, this must be it here. CBS Boston. Let's see if we get anything better than that. Hold on one second. It's like we only have, I guess we can watch this.
The purpose of going there was to serve a court-approved restraining order. Last evening, shortly after 6 p.m., 3 North Andover police officers went to 125 Phillips Brook Road in North Andover. The purpose of going there was to serve a court-approved restraining order. The subject of the restraining order was 28-year-old Kelsey Fitz Simmons. Ms. Fitzsimmons was an off-duty North Andover police officer. She has approximately a year and a half on the job here with NAPD. 3 North Andover police officers were on the scene, one of whom was a supervisor. When one of the officers was escorting Ms. Fitzsimmons during the service of the court order, an armed confrontation took place. As a result of that armed confrontation, one of the responding officers discharged their weapon, which struck Ms. Fitzsimmons once. She was immediately given medical care. She was med-flighted to a Boston hospital, and as of this morning, we're told she is in stable condition. The officer that discharged the firearm is a veteran officer, having served over 20 years with the department. Now, as you can imagine, we're only about 16 hours out from this incident. There are still lots of questions. There's an ongoing investigation. Currently, the investigation is being done by Massachusetts State Police detectives assigned to my office at the Essex DA's office under the direction of Captain John Costa and Detective Lieutenant Robert DeMeo. There are lots of interviews to be done. There are lots of pieces to be put together. There's lots of things that remain unanswered, but for now, we want to make sure that the people of North Andover and across the Commonwealth know as much as we can give out at this time, being as transparent as we can. Last evening, shortly after 6 p.m., 3 North Andover police officers went to 125 Phillips Brook Road in North Andover. The purpose of going there was to serve a court-approved restraining order. The subject of the restraining order was 28-year-old Kelsey Fitz Simmons. Ms. Fitzsimmons was an off-duty North Andover police officer. She has approximately a year and a half on the job here with NAPD. 3 North Andover police officers were on the scene, one of whom was a supervisor. When one of the officers was escorting Ms. Fitzsimmons during the service of the court order, an armed confrontation took place. As a result of that armed confrontation, one of the responding officers discharged their weapon, which struck Ms. Fitzsimmons once. She was immediately given medical care. She was med-flighted to a Boston hospital, And as of this morning, we're told she is in stable condition. The officer that discharged the firearm is a veteran officer, having served over 20 years with the department. Now, as you can imagine, we're only about 16 hours out from this incident. There are still lots of questions. There's an ongoing investigation. Currently, the investigation is being done by Massachusetts State Police detectives assigned to my office at the Essex DA's office under the direction of Captain John Costa and Detective Lieutenant Robert DeMeo. There are lots of interviews to be.
All right, that's Paul Tucker. He's a former chief of police in Salem. He was also a state rep. He's now the district attorney. I don't know, man. Paul, you should probably drop the charges now. I know they're all embarrassed, but this is going to get a lot worse for North Andover Police, for the just DA's office. I'd cut their losses now if I were them. Because we're all going to be there. Like, I hope everyone shows up. Everyone shows up for those next hearings. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, so like I said, the next court hearing in Superior Court is Tuesday, August. I keep saying August, October. Tuesday, October 7th. So next month, October 7th, first week of the month, first Tuesday. Actually, it's the second Tuesday. The first is the. Let me look. Yeah, no, it is the first Tuesday. So it's the October 7th. October 7th, Tuesday, October 7th. I'll be there. I hope other folks show up. Love to see some standouts out there. Oh, thank you, EB, too. I'm right behind you, Sarah, LOMA. I know she posted that. It's funny. We had some funny Grant Smith Ellis news today. I don't know if you saw it. It made the newspaper. Apparently, Grant called the police or something because someone posted a video of him at CVS and he claims it's the Illuminati is after him because he talked to the FBI about something. I asked one of the reporters today, I said, "Do you guys know Grant Smith Ellis?" And the guy's like, "I smelled them." That's what he said. He said, "I smelled them." Oh man, everybody knows how crazy he is. It's funny. His smell permeates. Some people, their reputation precedes them. Grant's smell precedes him. Melissa, thank you so much. We appreciate your coverage of all these cases. This one, the more I see and hear about this one, the more I'm like, I need to dig in. I need to dig. And now I know why Melanie's all over this. And it's the audience too. I got to say, I got to thank some of my audience. One specific person who called me because I was, talking to this one person who's, let's say, very local to the situation, and man, they know everything. They know every detail, and they were like, and the thing is too, I said this I think on Galera's show last night. Like, there's only so much shit citizens are gonna take now, and it is, and when you piss off the women, and that's what you're seeing here in law enforcement locally. And these junkheads still don't, they can't figure it out. they're still playing by the same playbook. Because I'm watching their boys. I'm watching their boys come up on my Twitter feed today, and they're posting their dumb comments. They're posting their dumb comments calling her a loon. And I'm loving it. And I'm like, you know that you're playing right into the defense's hand. You know you're not doing your friends any favors, right? You aren't really this stupid in 2025 after Proctor is worldwide famous for calling Karen Reed. What do you call her? Called her a whack job. Remember that? These people are just not paying attention. They're overpaid, a lot of them too. Let's just be frank. They are overpaid. Joy, or I'm sorry, I'm Jay. Is that Joy or Jay? See this is why I'm gonna have to get off. My eyes are not good enough to do this. Joy says, Mike, how about the Hubert trial? Dad's DNA found on child. Hubert was set to testify against Mass State police detective. The next day, charged with heinous crimes, but state won't allow cams in court. I don't know anything about this. Mass State Police? What was he? What was he set to testify about? I don't know anything about this, Joy. I'm gonna write it down and look it up for after. But if anyone has any more info on this, I'd be interested. Uber. Where is that out of in Mass? Is that Western Mass? What town? Okay, I need more information. Joy, you've sparked it. I'm interested in that. That sounds interesting. It's number one. It's Massachusetts, and it's corruption, so I'm into it. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna turn my volume back up again. I think I turned it down earlier because I was watching the videos. I know people had a problem going back and forth, so I just turned it back up. Ah, Worcester? You mean Worcester? Worcester. What? It's funny to watch the out of town people pronounce our towns. The Galera seems to be doing pretty good. He's got a lot of them down now. I think Melanie probably does too. But it's funny to see the newbies with some of the names. You're like, how do you say that? They asked me last night, how do you say? I don't know who it was. Maybe it was Andrea. Asked me how to say Worcester. So it's a Worcester case. Turtle Boy must be on it. Does he know about it? He must already be on it. I don't know if the parents are allowed to see the baby. That's a good question. I didn't think to ask that, Carol Ann. That's a great question. Oh, Melanie did a video on it today. Ah, I'll have to check that out. She testified today. So is this happening in trial? I'm confused now. Is there a trial happening right now that I'm not even aware of in Worcester County? To check that out. Is it being streamed? Can we stream it? I'd stream it tomorrow if I'll check Melanie's video after and see what's going on there. It sounds interesting. I like anything in Massachusetts. Worcester's kind of far for me to go to, but I can still cover it. The reason I like this one so much and with Kelsey is it's close. So I can go to court. I can go to every single court hearing pretty much. No cameras. Of course. They denied TV act. Why? Why? This is the problem, right, folks? Why do they allow cameras in some courts for Karen Reed, for instance, and not other courts? Remember I got threatened a few weeks back? Again? I got threatened for streaming. I tried to stream a hearing. KP's here. No, it was LG, actually, wasn't it? Yeah. And then KP and Grant Smith Ellis both filed complaints against me, apparently. It didn't go anywhere, but Jesus Christ. And the judge is sitting there like, oh, another woman judge. Yeah, I know. We need, this. I'm watching some of these ballot questions. There's a ballot question that they're gonna have up to try to what do we call this? Recriminalize cannabis. They want to stop us from, purchasing it at stores. They want to shut down all the dispensaries, basically. And it's like people waste their time and money on the stupidest shit. And this is what they should be focusing on. Like if someone's going to do a ballot question in this state, it should be, let us have access to the courts with video. Anytime anyone asks for access, it should not be denied, ever. Unless it's like children, right? And today, Channel 7 was there. They were filming court. So you may see something about Kelsey Fitzsimmons on Channel 7 tonight. I didn't get the judge's name. That's the other strange thing. They don't even tell you the friggin' name. I mean, with my eyes, I can't see shit. Oh, you can barely hear me now? Oh, hold on. I turned it up. I think am I turned up? Is my volume up again? I think it is. I think my volume's back up. Actually, there is Joy saying there's a problem with my volume. Does anyone else have that problem, or is it just Joy? Yeah, my volume should be turned all the way back up again. Yeah. Yeah, that is pretty funny. The Lindsay Gattani 91-page countersuit, and she's countersuing people that didn't even sue her. And you can tell Grant Smith Ellis wrote most of it. What a bonehead. You still can't hear me much. I wonder if it's because I don't lean in enough. I may have to get a new mic. I don't know. We'll see. I'll listen back. It got turned down? It is low again, huh? Hold on. You know what? I think I did turn it down low. How's this? Is this better now? I won't mess with it anymore once I get it. It is louder now, right? Yeah. All right. Like, which direction am I going? It's way up. Okay. So I went way up. All right. Sorry about that. I'm going back and forth. I'm trying to find the happy spot here. It's too loud now, right? Oh God. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Sorry, I turned it up too loud. Now I get it why you were complaining. I had it all the way down low. I'm sorry. And then I went all the way up loud. All right. I'm not going to touch it anymore. I don't care if the video's low or whatnot. I'm just going to leave it. Um, you're laughing. Well, I gotta say, I thought, today I like to see the family there, to see that family, and knowing how much they care for her. You could feel it, and they were waiting. Like after court, it was a good 2+ hours waiting for her to get out of there, and nobody was leaving. Nobody was leaving today. Yeah, I'm trying to find the Goldilocks zone exactly. It'll never exist though. You never. Somebody's always gonna say turn it up or turn it down. I need a sound man. I need. That's the thing. When I went in the Howie Carr radio studio and did that 2 hour show hosting with real producers, it was so. Even though it was a little stressful, I was stressed out. I was a little worried. Let's put it that way, because it's something new. I'm not used to this. But man, having a great producer like that, it is. It is nice. It is nice. That's my goal, I guess, is just to have. I want. You know what? Like I like going in there. I love going to the studio and doing it, but I don't like the drive. Obviously, the traffic. I can't ever imagine myself doing like what Howie does, a 5 day a week radio show. He does it for like 4 hours. It's 20 hours a week live on the radio. That's a lot. I don't see myself ever doing that, especially with a commute going back and forth. But I would just love to have a producer right here in the basement. Have a live-in producer. You can have a bunk over here, dude. I can dream. I can dream. Someday I'll have a producer in the basement. Yeah, or an assistant, right? Aw, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I know too. That's the other thing, right? It sounded good. Like they have it dialed in over there. They know exactly what they're doing. You know? Even for me, like I'm having eye issues. I had no problem reading the telephone number. You know what I mean? Like they got it dialed in over there. I'm telling you. They know what they're doing. Even the sound. Just easy. No worries. Yeah, but she doesn't always listen or watch. That's the thing. I only get her help when she watches, and then she rips me apart. She'll find I might have the best show ever. She'll find the one thing that I sucked at, and she'll be like, "You got to make sure you don't get a big ego, Mike." That's my producer. Well, it's funny because Howie's Howie's got the mailroom manager. I don't know if people realize that's his wife. And I think it's funny he calls her the mailroom manager because she's the boss. Like she runs the operation. If I call if I call Carm the mailroom manager, she'd probably kick my ass. Oh, trust me, I'm doing everything. Trust me, BL. I'm taking time off and taking care of my shit. I will let you know when. Yeah, I've already done. That's how we got here. When I went in to get the prescription, yeah, Darcy. Well, I'll get to that. Yeah. Oh man, I couldn't afford to pay her enough. She would. Someone, Jackson said, Martha Coakley was not a woman's advocate when it came to Karen. I'm not sure what she said about Karen. People are saying she wasn't too supportive. Maybe she wasn't, but she is on this one, and it does definitely is. I think helping Kelsey. Yeah, I'm happy Martha is helping Kelsey. Exactly. No, Glenn, it's not funny she's running the operation. It's funny that he calls her the mailroom manager, and she's the boss. She's more than a mailroom man. You think a mailroom manager, like, you know, it's not even the manager. I don't know. It's kind of like where you start out is in the mailroom, right? And you move up. She's like the head of the whole operation. If your wife says she's looking into fixing TVs, watch out. What's up with that? Where's that going? What What's up with the TV stuff today? There's a lot of TV talk. I don't. Yeah, I got the one eye. That's the bottom line. I got one good eye right now. I got one good eye. Bay State, anything basement is creepy. I'm not. It's not really a basement either. That's a funny thing. It's more like our place is funny. Half of it's under, half of it's. It's more like a slab. I'm basically on the first floor, more than a basement. I just call it the basement. This is what I'm always worried about, Leslie. What kind of insurance do I have? Christ, it's brutal. Like, will they pay? All right, I think I'm gonna head out tonight. I think all I'm gonna say is I'm all in on Kelsey. I'm supporting Kelsey. I feel like there's something fishy here. I don't like the looks of this, and I expect that there's gonna be fireworks on this. I do. I think that this is not going away, and it's gonna get. I can't wait to get I hope they do take it to trial in a way. This is like the Karen Reed thing. You're hopeful because you want to see the shit come out, right? So I'm gonna start looking in more into this and following up on it too, digging in more. Yeah, that's the big thing. Someone did say that they do have a defense fund for Kelsey. I thought I did see it in the past, but I'm searching for it. I couldn't even find it. And it's weird because like when I was searching even for our defense fund, it wasn't popping up like it used to. It's like, what the hell's going on? Can't even find. So and I know what ours is. It's easy to find because it's just givesendgo.com/the young jerks. But it's harder to find now for some reason on Google. And I was just looking for hers and I couldn't find it. I could not find it. So it looks like a lot of people have been searching for it because I'm gonna look for it again. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. Um, I got a question for everyone. Who the hell is Gator Boy? Because that was a question today that came up. I just someone said, "Do you know this Gator Boy?" I'm like, I have no idea. I've heard of it, but I don't know who the hell is he? Because I guess he's been covering this quite a bit. Thank you, Gator Boy. Whoever you are, thank you. Because Gator Boy actually had the link up on his Facebook, and that's how I just found. It looks like a Give Son Go. Let's make sure it's for her. This is it, right? Hold on. Who started this? Does it say? Let me just make sure it's the right one. Don't these things usually tell you who started it? Why isn't this one telling me? It's kind of sketch. I think this is it. Joy sent it through X. All right, let me look at X then. I'm blind. Look how blind I am. Yeah, well, Kelsey, we do got you. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna check Twitter. I don't usually check Twitter during the show, but I will right now because I want to make sure we have the right one. Yeah, that's the same one I have up. That's perfect. Thank you so much. That confirms it. All right. Well, I'm gonna throw it in the chat if anyone wants to kick in some money to Kelsey's Give Send Go. Throw it in the YouTube chat right now. Thank you. Thank you for sending that over. Yeah, it's Give Send Go. Help Kelsey heal. Thank you, Joy. Exactly. Thank you, Joy. Yeah, that's what someone said. He's like Turtle Boy. He's like Turtle Boy, but in New Hampshire, Londonderry. He helped find Amanda Grosowski. She was killed at a house 5 years ago in Derry. Wow. Interesting. I wonder, did he call himself Gator Boy because of Turtle Boy? Like, that's funny. It's like me with the young Turks and young jerks. Uh, what is the Give Send Go? It's a fundraising site. It's a place that people can raise money for different causes. And that's the link that we sent. If you want to donate money to Kelsey's defense fund. All right, I think I'm gonna head out tonight. I think it's about time to go. I want to thank our mods. I want to thank the mod team. I want to thank everyone who's been supporting and super chatting tonight and watching and viewing. And let's try to get everybody. Like I said, October 7th is the next one. If we can get everyone there, October 7th for Kelsey, I want to see her spirits get lifted more. I'm sure she's very happy to be home tonight. Oh man, I want to thank everyone. I just checked our donations coming in for the defense fund. Jay Fogg sent $10. It said wishing you good vibes. An anonymous giver also sent $10. It said best of luck in court. Rebecca Bulsey said 25. Said Mike 25 is much better. Is much. No wait. Mike 25 is not much, but maybe for a meal of food, as TB would say. That any bit helps because those fees just keep adding up. They just add up. So I want to thank Deborah Stewart, who also sent $20 tonight. Said you got this, Mike. That was on our Give Send Go for the Young Jerks Defense Fund. I'm getting sued, which is crazy and ridiculous. And it costs so much to defend it, even though it's a bunch of BS. Someone says, what about? I'd rather not even say. It's not worth it. The more I talk about it, the more likely they're going to try to quote me. The lawsuit is ridiculous. I mean, there's one point in the lawsuit. It's basically about my show. I interviewed a couple of people who were victims of these other folks, I felt like. And basically, at one point, I was literally asking somebody a question And they're trying to say that's libel. I asked a question. A question is not a statement of fact. A question is a question. How do you get sued for libel for a frigging question? That's what I'm up against. And how can you have such a shitty friggin' lawyer that will take your money and file a suit like that? Read the allegations against me. It's just literally asking a question. They call that libel. Yeah, we filed counter slap. We just filed a huge motion to dismiss. They came back with a short response to our huge motion to dismiss. I feel like their shit is weak. It's weak as fuck. And then we had another huge response to their response, and all this shit's costing me money. I mean, I have the best lawyer, but it's time consuming. He has to do the research. He had to research legal. He had to research all what's going on in the case, all the background, all the videos. He had to watch. It just goes on. And then he's got to write 27 pages. 20, another 20 something pages. It goes on and on and on. I'm thankful I have a great lawyer. Let me tell you, as much as we complain about how much these lawyers cost, you want the best. You do. You want the best you can. And you're thankful when they say, I'll do it for $1,000 an hour. I swear to God, because these lawyers are busy and they don't have to take your case. And a lot of them don't even want your case. You know what I'm saying? So, and a lot of times the lawyers that want your case aren't the ones you need. So I was very happy with the lawyer I have. I'm happy with a couple other folks too who also wanted to defend me in this as well. Just the cost, it's just so outrageous. And the fact that these judges don't just toss it out. It's like, come on. Now the next step was we're going to have a friggin' hearing. I'm going to pay a lawyer to show up to do the hearing. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. I'm going to be in like probably, I don't know, $30,000-$40,000 in the hole probably before a judge even decides whether to dismiss the case. Think about that. But like I said, this is the cost. We're defending free speech. Free speech is not free. Who's suing me? It's a dude who ran a cannabis nonprofit. They were basically doing social equity, and they were doing some things that just were not, to me, above board. And both co-founders have criminal records for crazy shit, like really bad stuff, like the worst stuff. And one of them more recently got arrested for child, you know what? Under age 14. And these guys were getting money from the city of Boston. They were getting funding from Mayor Wu. And they got in a physical fist fight with this other guy at this event. And the other guy got charged. And I felt like it was unfair, especially knowing I know the people who ran the event who were independent. They saw the video. They told me what happened. Then I watched the video. I saw what happened. But apparently this lawyer and this dude have claimed I never watched the video that I posted on. I mean, this is what my lawyer is literally saying in the motion. Like, obviously you aren't paying attention because Mike posted the video and went over it on his show. So how can you say Mike never watched the video? Like, it's ridiculous. The whole thing is freaking ridiculous. Sorry about this. I just want to get back to this person. That was somebody about Kelsey, actually. So, yeah, how do regular people afford this shit? That's the point. They want to shut us up. And that's why you guys come in. That's why all of you come in. the support you give, that makes it so that we can continue to do this. You think Turtle Boy can continue to do with what he's been doing for years without the support from people? I just got a message from one of Kelsey's family. They are watching tonight. So let's just give that family a lot of love because I liked what I saw today. And I think if I was Kelsey, I'd be very thankful for that family because not everyone has that behind you when you're going through something like that. And I think it makes a big difference that she has that support. What's this? Do people want to know the whole story again? I mean, I'm kind of. We can post some links for people that maybe that's what we should do because some people still don't know what's going on with Kelsey. I just jumped right into this, assuming everyone already knows because I know my diehards know. Mm, Let me hold on one second. I'm gonna post a couple stories up. How about that? So you can kind of take a look at it. But Kelsey was shot by her fellow police officers from her own town. This is a story from Mass Live. Let's put this one up because this is one of the reporters I was talking to today. Charlie, I like this guy. He's a good guy. You could tell Charlie cares about this. You could tell. I can tell. A lot of these reporters too. They're not going to kind of show you too much. You know what I mean? Because they can't get too invested. You know, this is a professional outfit. It's Mass Live. Like this is like what do we call this? Mainstream media almost, but it's newspaper. So I mean, but at the same time, you kind of have to keep your professionalism. Let's put it that way. And I could tell he knows something's up with this. He knows there's something not right about this. He was asking me like, "How did you get interested in it?" So I just posted a link uh to Mass Live so you can read more about it from just today. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to share it on the screen. We'll just read it if my eyesight holds up. And is this Yahoo? What is this? Hold on one second. It's this one. Okay. So this is on Yahoo News, but it's Mass Live. This is the newspaper out in Worcester. It's the website for Telegram and Gazette. And they're a real newspaper. And you got to give them respect. Like I don't know, I guess they're the second or third, probably, I don't know. I bet they're the third biggest newspaper in the state. Number one is obviously the Globe. I'd say the Herald's number two. And Mass Live, Telegram and Gazette, I would guess is third. I don't know that, but I'd guess it. But you got to give them credit. They were there. They were covering this. The Globe wasn't. Where was the Globe today? The truth will come out. North Andover officer released months after being shot by colleague. This is from Charlie McKenna. This is from today. That's Kelsey. And again, Tim Bradl. And you see right behind Kelsey is the paralegal, Courtney. She's amazing. I like Courtney a lot. North Andover police officer shot by a coworker in late June was released Monday afternoon, months after the armed confrontation with officers serving her a restraining order taken out by her fiance. See, I already like this. I like how he put armed confrontation in quotes because that's kind of in dispute, And he's quoting the police directly. I like that. That's good. He's doing a good job there. Kelsey Fitz Simmons was released on personal recognizance with a slew of conditions, including that she not have any contact with her infant son. The 28-year-old is charged with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon in connection with the incident on June 30th, during which police say she pointed a gun at a fellow officer. How come she wasn't charged and indicted on attempted murder? Only charged with assault and battery with a dangerous weapon. Through her lawyer, Fitzsimmons has denied doing so and said she tried to take her own life that night. As she left the courthouse Monday, Fitzsimmons, flanked by her lawyers, said simply, "The truth will come out." Fitzsimmons looked very much forward to going home to recover, to prepare for what's ahead in this case because she is innocent, said Martha Coakley, the former Attorney General, who has joined her defense team. Fitzsimmons was initially set to be released following a hearing in late August, but an Essex County Superior Court paused the bail order to sort out the conditions of her release. After hearing from Fitzsimmons' mother, Lauren Page, on Monday, judges Kathleen McCarthy Newman granted Fitzsimmons release. So that's the judge's name, Kathleen McCarthy. I got some. Well, the full name is Kathleen McCarthy Naaman. I'm guessing Naaman is a married name. I wonder if McCarthy's her maiden name. I have some McCarthys in my family. I hope we're not related because I did not like her. I did not like her at all. During the bail hearing, Fitzsimmons, who wore a black jacket and white shirt with her blonde hair pulled into a bun, remained stoic until McCarthy Naaman emphasized she could not see her son. At that point, Fitzsimmons looked down and began to tear up. Glad wow, Charlie's good. Because that did happen. And I did see her, like, she was doing the turn around. She was looking at her family. She was even looking at us journalists. I could tell. She was even checking us out. It's like, wow, there's some people here for me. But when the judge noted that, I did see. Asked about the delay, Timothy Bradl, a lawyer representing Fitzsimmons, said the judge took a very careful approach. "We get Kelsey out of jail, and we're thrilled about that," he said outside the Salem courthouse. The family there has gone to extraordinary lengths to make sure that they can show the court that Kelsey is safe and protected and is where she needs to be. On June 30th, North Andover police arrived at Fitzsimmons' home to serve her with a restraining order obtained earlier that day by her fiancé. Think about that. On June 30th, North Andover police arrived at Fitzsimmons' home to serve her with a restraining order obtained earlier that day by her fiancé. In an affidavit, Fitzsimmons' fiancée said she assaulted him and that he feared for the life of their infant son. A hearing on the restraining order is slated for later this month. While Fitzsimmons was picking up clothes for her son, police say she reached for a gun and attempted to fire it at one of the responding officers. She was shot once in the chest by the officer and taken to Mass General Hospital, where she remained for more than a month. At the bail hearing on Monday, Bradl asked McCarthy Naaman to defer the order requiring Fitzsimmons to stay away from her son to the probate court. So basically what Bradl was asking is like, we're going to challenge the stay away order to the probate court, and you're basically adding on to it. Can we not do that? Can we wait and see what the probate court does? And the judge declined to do that, but she said she would amend the court order if needed. So basically what the judge said is, well, go do that, and then come back to me and we'll talk about it. So Bradl has called the claims from Fitzsimmons' fiance self-serving. Her whole world was taken away from her because a guy went to the probate court, filled out a piece of paper full of self-serving allegations, and got her baby. He told reporters outside the courthouse. Kelsey is very committed to showing this court, showing the judge that she's fine, that she's in control, that she's not a danger. The only thing that's been aggravating her postpartum depression is having her baby taken away. We're going to do everything we can to reunite Kelsey with her baby, Bradl added. There you go. That's kind of the latest update from Mass Live. And I did put that in the chat if you want to just read it yourself. But they're doing great coverage. I'd suggest keeping up with it through Mass Live, since the Boston Globe obviously didn't send anyone today. Yeah, that uh Jen, that's exactly what Kelsey is claiming. She's saying that that's exactly what happened. That she never pointed the gun at the officer, that she had only intended to hurt herself. Yeah, it is big to have Martha on your side. Definitely. And this is going to, especially if this goes to court, this is going to be a big case. You watch. I'm going to be all over it. And thank God she's got a good attorney. Two good attorneys. All right, I'm gonna put this in the chat again. If you want to donate to her defense fund, let's bring that up again too and see if there's any money coming in tonight. I'll read it off. Oh, see, we're already getting some donations. I love this. Oh, that's my defense fund. Hold on, let me make sure I got hers up. I think I put the right one in there. All right, hold on. I'm not seeing any money going in there. I'm seeing money come to mine, which is great. I love that. I'd like to see some money go to hers too. I got a new donation just came in from Miss Holmes 66 at $20 to our defense fund and said, "Hello, Mike. I'm sorry that you have to deal with this BS. Anyone could sue anyone, apparently, no matter what it's about. Judges don't care and go ahead and sign off on anything and everything. Free Mike Crawford." Thank you so much, Miss Holmes 66, for the $20 donation on my Give Send Go. Kelsey's at $6,250 on her defense fund. I'd like to see that go up. If people could start donating there as well. It sucks that we have so many defense funds between Turtle Boy, myself, and her. We used to have Karen's defense fund. It's never ending. Then we had the kid 9. I know we asked for a lot, but I'm gonna put her defense fund. I'm gonna pin it at the top of the replay comments too. So if anyone wants to give there as well, I'm gonna make sure it's in the comments to in the replay when people watch it in the comments. I know. Someone said it's hard to decide which ones to donate to. I know, I'd just say split it. That's what I've always done. When I was giving to Karen and Aiden, I would try to give something to each. If I only had $100 to give, I'd give them each 50. Yeah, maybe we'll do some type of I like that. That's a good idea, Em. Because you can already see who's kind of supporting. I know JFK and them would probably come on the show to do that. Maybe we could get Melanie on here too. I think we should do a fundraiser show for her. That just for fundraising for her case, and maybe try to get some of the other YouTubers up. Maybe one of her family members would call in too. That we probably could do that. All right, I think I'm gonna head out. I've been saying that for a while, haven't I? How long have I been up? I've been up over an hour and a half, right? Yeah, an hour and 38 minutes. I think it's time to go. I think I said everything. I'm kind of stretching this today. I could have done this a lot quicker. Yeah, it's 100 minutes. But I haven't been live in a while, and I just missed you all. I missed the chat. Yeah, Nurse Kim. I bet Nurse Kim would be into this one. Has she been covering it? Melanie and JFK need a show together. Yeah, I'll have them on if they both want to come on. And if you're a Cupcake, let Melanie know. I very much appreciate her shouting us out and linking us today on her YouTube. And always let her know she can always use anything I post. Like if there's any video or whatever, she doesn't have to ask me for permission. I love what she does. I know Melanie is all over this. I know. I love it. I love that Melanie is getting involved in Massachusetts. I do. I do. It's like she's really good at going over the court documents, which I am not good at because I can barely read with my eyes. You ever notice how badly I struggle? Because I can't see. We're going to get that fixed. We're going to get that fixed. Hopefully. All right, I'm headed out. I want to thank our mod team, the ladies in the chat, MJ, Sarah, Stephanie, Jeno. I saw Jeno tonight too. Thank you so much to our mod team. Yeah, sweet jelly dreams. I don't know when I'm going to be back. I'm kind of trying to take it easy, but we'll see. You know me. All of a sudden I show up and I do like 5 shows in a row. And I will be back. You know I'll be back. Yeah, I love how JFK calls me Money Mike. Making money Mike. JFK's hilarious. I was sending him and James messages today. I was like, because as soon as I found out there was a hearing, that's who I hit up. I hit up James and JFK because I was like, they're local, they've been covering it, they might want to go to this hearing. So I immediately sent them a message, and they were like, "Go, Money Mike!" They were like, "Go get it, get it." They were like excited for me. So I love those guys. So yeah, I've been. Some people have suggested the Discord, even some of my mods. I don't know. I feel like the Discords, a lot of times it's asking for trouble. People get, I don't know why, but it seems like people get nasty in those. Maybe I have a bigotry against Discord, but I don't know. And plus, I don't think we need more. Like, I got the Twitter, I got the Facebook, I got the YouTube, do you know what I mean? There's a lot to keep up with. It's like, do I really need another Discord? Oh, thank you, Carol. I do know it. I do feel it. I know, like I said, that's what I love now. That I know you are behind me and that we were going to help people together. That's what I love now. The biggest thing that come about in this Karen Reed, the thing I'm so thankful about is that we have a channel that can help people now. You know? We can help this family today. The family today just showing up, just being there. You know, and knowing that you guys are watching and supporting it means a lot. Yeah, we got a posse. You're part of the posse, Glenn. Glenn's one of the people love Glenn. Glenn Lake in the chat. We are all on the same team. We certainly are. Yeah, exactly. This is a great comment. Once I get my basement producer, once I get the producer down in the basement or whatever, then they can set up the Discord. They can run it for me. That's what I need. Howie Carr doesn't run all that stuff. He's got a crew. That's what I think I need. I think I gotta scale up. We have to deal with this lawsuit first. I can't invest in much more. It's funny because someone online was giving me a shit. Remember I was saying I was gonna get a third computer? Guys, I did. I got the third computer. And the reason I got the third computer is because number one, I have the main computer. This is my like workhorse. The one I'm working on now. It's a streaming computer. I don't unplug it. I leave it down here. It's always ready to go. It's a workout horse. It's a heavy computer. It's not something I'm going to bring into another studio. So it stays here. I'm not ever bringing this anywhere. And I have another computer that I use sometimes for streaming hearings, but it's got a cracked screen. And I can't move it. If I move it, the screen cracks more. And you can't repair it because the cost of repair is like just buy a new computer. So I just keep that, second computer. It's nice to have a second computer, but I needed a laptop to bring to the Howie Carr, radio network there, to Grace Curley show. So I did. I bought a cheaper third computer, but it's actually pretty nice. It's got an AMD chip. Not as expensive as my beast down in the basement here, but yeah, it's That's it. I'm done, and I'm gonna get a new phone. I definitely need a new phone. You could see that today with the video. My audio sucked today compared to the guy from Mass Live because I have a shitty phone that needs to get repaired or replaced. And again, it costs just as much to replace as to repair. So I'm gonna get a new phone too. And that'll be it. That I'm not gonna invest any more for now. Honestly, I would love to get that producer in the basement, but I have legal expenses. I got to deal with. And I want to make sure it doesn't stop us from continuing to do this coverage. You know what I'm saying? So I am very frugal with my money, with what you give me, because I want to make sure that we stick around and we don't run out of money, that we can afford what we're doing here. Right. I know, right? I mean, I could do that, but like, what's the point? It's a laptop because I don't want to take up a lot of space either. I don't want all that stuff. The cracked laptop is basically up in my kitchen. So sometimes when I screen government hearings, if I'm not going to be on the camera, I might just sit in the kitchen and I'll be up there. I'll be like watching football, watching my dog, eating dinner while I'm streaming up there on the cracked computer screen. Why don't I just buy a monitor? I could have done that, but that like I said, that's the computer up upstairs. And but before the reason I was really a laptop guy too is because we're sharing space. My girlfriend and I have the same studio equipment. She does our podcast, so I'd take my laptop out and she'd put hers in and plug it in. But she stopped podcasting, so I could have actually done that in the down here in the basement and got a real monitor. But I just I got a beast of a laptop now with a pretty big screen. No solar panel, man. I need a. Well, you want to get me a solar panel? I've been trying to sell that to our condo association actually for a while. I don't know why they don't want to do it. I gotta go. We're doing Hunter Biden jokes, Glenn. It's time. It is time to go. The long goodbye. The longest goodbye. But yeah, I think this is the big thing that I'm happy about. That was good to see is to see her go home, see her get out of there, to see her not going out in shackles. And this is the big thing, people. And this is why I'm bringing it up tonight. I just want to raise awareness that this is going on and that we need to start showing up. October 7th, next hearing. It's a Tuesday. I need to find out if the time's 2 p.m. like it was today or it's going to be an early one at 9. I'm not sure, but we need to all show up for that next hearing. And I know there's also going to be some probate and family court hearings. We need to find out those hearings too. But if you could start showing up to court for her, that would be very helpful as well. Love to see more support. And brush up on this. Start reading up on it. Keep track because we're going to be covering this. She's been in the hospital. I mean, she's basically been in the hospital, I believe, for the whole time. And then they sent her to apparently Chicopee. Like they could have sent her to a closer jail, but they sent her to a jail far away. And I'm not sure how long she was in jail for. What's up? We have some strange commenters here. I think our stream, I don't know, Leslie. What's strange? You gotta call somebody out. I'm not seeing any strange comments. I see some good Mozzie sticks. I don't know what that's about, but beyond that, I mean, we do like to talk about food over here. How close to is to West Hanover? I don't know. Where is West Hanover? I'm trying to think. Is that like Arlington area? Like where that is that area, right? It's just a little west of Boston. It's Salem. I mean, you know where Salem is, right? Salem, downtown Salem. That's where court is. Downtown Salem. You could, and a lot of people too. If you're in Boston and you don't drive, you can take the train right up the Salem train station. That's where I parked today. I parked at the Salem train station. I drove my car. And that's another thing. If you're driving up, you can find street parking. It's kind of hard. I didn't find a metered parking when I drove through, so I just hit the T station. The problem with that T station, it's cheap to park there, but they don't have like a cash attendant, and you have to do it like electronically. I didn't do it. I'm probably gonna get like some kind of weird ticket or something. But it's easy to park in there, especially if you're good with those mobile payment things. I probably need to get hooked up on that so I can pay it because it's like a remote pay thing. But I had no problem going in and out, just parking right there. But if you're coming from out of town, you might just want to take the train out, especially October 7th, because that's going to be Halloween time. That's when Salem actually gets kind of crazy. So, you might want to just take the train up, MBTA. It's right there. Like you walk out of the train station, you walk across the street, take a right, you're at the courthouse. It's a really close, like 100 yards from the train station. Oh, you never been to Salem? You got to come to Salem. Salem's fun. It's a cool little city. And Salem used to be the capital of Massachusetts, I believe, back in the day, before there was like a capital. Or it was slated to be the capital. It was like the biggest city in the colonial days. It was like Boston and Salem were kind of the two big cities in Massachusetts, but it's a smaller city now. But it's nice. It is a cool little city. I got roots here. I started out way back in the day in Salem as a little kid. Then we moved further north, but it's fun. It's fun to be back in this area. It's not like you say I'm a Salem. I'm not really like a super native. Like I did. I'm trying to think. Did I even go to any school in Salem? I think it was preschool, right? I'm trying to remember. I can't even remember that far back. No, I don't live in Salem, but I'm close. I'm in the area. Yeah, they did. They burned people at the stake. They did. They stoned them too. That was even imagine that. I think that's even worse. They throw stones on you. They did that to a lot of women too. The hysteria. It's funny because now back in the day they stoned and did all that to the witches, right? And now the witches run the city. Like if you say anything bad about a witch, you're effed the city. Like you can't put them on the stake. You can't stone. You can't even insult them. You say an insult to them, oh, you're screwed. You don't f with the witches in this town. Like you just don't. I see a witch. I'm like, it's like walking by the mafia. You gotta be like, yes, no, maybe. You gotta be careful. Those witches, they'll put a hex on you, and they all talk, and they're all connected, and you got to be good. That's the thing in Salem. You got to watch out for the witches. The witches are nice. They're very friendly, nice people, but you're not going to insult them. They run the town. They run the city. Kind of cool in a way. Think about it, you know? They were the ones that were burned at the stake. Now they run the town. They run the city. Yeah, don't fuck with those witches. Don't. I would never F with any witches, but especially in Salem. Like, you just don't F with witches, period. It's just not a good idea, and personally. But you don't F with witches in Salem. That's like, I don't know. That's like going to the North End and trying to start shit with like Italian people. You know what I mean? Like, You just, it's like, if you got a problem with Italians, don't start shit at the North End about it, because that's where they are. They'll come get you. You're outnumbered. They're running that area. Yeah, some of the witches may have had schizophrenia. Some of the witches might have just been a little different too. You know, it's like if you're an artist, you're different. So anything different, I think back then was considered witchcraft. Yeah, here's the witches were women who knew how to read, right? But it's funny because now, kind of a witch trial going on here with Kelsey. They are trying to make her out to be like, kind of like what they did with Karen Reed. So hopefully I see some of you up here October 7th. I would love to see you. I'll bring in October 7th. I'll bring a bunch of Young Jerk stickers. So if you see me, say, hey, Mike, you got a free sticker for me for coming up? I'll make sure I bring some stickers. I'd love to meet some of you. And if you want to do a selfie with me, whatnot, I'm down if you show up for that. That's like, I'll owe you. October 7th, Tuesday, October 7th. Try to get as many people to court on that day as we can. Yeah, actually, in other towns too. Marblehead was another one, but yeah, a lot of Danvers was actually Salem. I mean, that's back then. There was no Danvers. Danvers was Salem. Salem was, that was the Danvers broke off. So a lot of the witch trials, a lot of the stuff did happen in Danvers. And Marblehead too. Marblehead was part of Salem back then as well. And I bet even parts of Swampscott. I know Swampscott was part of Lynn at one point. So yeah, a lot of these towns have, they've broken off and become towns later. So Danvers has a lot of that stuff as well. That's actually where my family grew up. My mom and dad, anyways. My parents are from Danvers. All right, I'm gonna head out. I will see everyone soon. Hopefully, like I said, if you can give, send, go. I'm gonna put Kelsey's fund up one more time in the YouTube chat. And I appreciate everyone who's been donating to me and Kelsey and Turtle Boy. I really do. I thank you so much for watching and supporting. Nice. I'm up to 14,131 on mine. Thank you so much. That's very helpful. Kelsey's at 6,250. I'd love to see some new donations going into her. All right, I'm gonna head out. I will put that in the replay later. Have a great night, everyone. See you soon.